WCGF here, another local match. Me taking on my buddy John. John's using a deck you probably don't have a chance to see too often. I hate to say it, it probably was going to rise to a little bit more prominence as soon as the game was, over for commercial purposes. It was going to be the blue tag team Cell with all the Cell juniors. I hate to say it, like we said, with the World Championships and the timing of the no set 8. Would have kind of precluded seeing this deck in any sort of organized play just because of the timing. It's actually not a bad idea at all. It's of all things deck destruction, not energy beat down or any of that sort of thing. So we might be seeing sort of the big idea is you can basically push the Cell Juniors in and out of the deck. They always come in with some power stages. If you set yourself up for it, you can get them to bombard your opponent with tons of attacks if you went in that direction. No joke, we have been trying to find a way to make the Cell Junior decks work for a long time. All ideas up to this point have failed. Oh, my deck I'm still using, you guys have probably seen it from the last few matches, it's just the Orange Adept Gohan with nails slotted in. It's kind of the deck we would have built with him anyway. So, what I would say is sort of the biggest weakness of this one, you guys probably have spotted it. You guys will see it happen in the very next match, as I recall. You're going to see the core weakness of this deck is that kind of like, and I said it is kind of horribly ironic that Orange Adept Gohan, Future Gohan, as I build it, can't handle allies worth a darn. On a one-on-one match, it's real hard for me to lose. In a team setting, group setting, lots of allies, I hate to say it, I get overwhelmed, kind of like how, ironically, Gohan got overwhelmed by the androids in the future History of Trunks story arc, where every time, if it came down to one-on-one, it would have been a much closer fight, and then blammo, one of the other androids, 17 or 18, would jump in and beat him down. Okay, so I've begun my turn. I passed a rejuvenated, a quick stop, or quick dodge, so I put away a physical block for some reason, and I kept an energy block. It's a very good energy block. It's one that turns off my opponent's endurance. Pretty sweet. Okay, so we'll put out the old turn marker, which surprisingly isn't in every deck.
What's your play?
John draws some good stuff. Blue Arrest is a little early to the game. That's something you want to have occur late in the game. You wouldn't want to waste it right now. Okay, he's going to go ahead and pass and rejuvenate it. That's the one that lets you get back 3 allies from the discard. Okay, he goes over to me. I draw my 3, and let's see what I got. Okay, apparently whatever I've got is enough to make me want to go in on it, and apparently not enough to make me show it to the camera. Neat. John's going to go ahead and activate Cell's level 1 when entering combat ability, the one that lets him search out a Cell Junior from the deck. Again, it'll fit the overall theme. He pulls out Cell Junior escaping. You remember this one? This is the one that gets to... oh, darn it. Okay, my buddy Angelo walked over to the table just now. Just explain what's going on. He did a silly thing in Magic the Gathering where he hit somebody with the biggest hit he ever hit just by doubling or tripling damage off something. Kind of nuts, though.
Did you Pete never show? No, and I have Pete's entire set 8 ready to go.
Oh. We were, some of our players are only just now finally getting their whole set of set 8. They've been printing off individual cards but didn't have the whole set. It changed things kind of a lot.
I was able to drop it on turn 5 instead of 8.
Okay, John's going to resolve his effect. I cut his deck. And then he gets to finally draw his 3. He does draw a setup. It looks like 2 physical attacks and a block. Not a bad hand. Just depending what I have to throw at him.
Yeah. So I had 3 worms out there, a Sphinx, and then I missed one.
Okay, I throw it, I'll dig your grave out at him, and it's 7 power stages if you can't stop it. This is kind of a hard choice for John. He could really use those power stages like on a transform, like take the hit, let me dig us up, but that's if I'm planning to do that. He already knows full well I generally don't transform in this deck. Though, in retrospect, it probably would have made it an interesting race.
Shoot, I don't have enough tape to finish the match.
That's funny. The camera, we were weighing whether or not we had enough digital space left, to record this match. And because of the brevity of it, John chooses to stop the attack. I think he was also worried about being digged up to level 2, probably not his favorite thing. So I really should put that good old dig in the discard pile as he's now stopped that attack. What am I doing? My dig's still out there. What the heck? So... Okay, so he used the level 1 cell power. He destroyed the top card of my life deck. He banished one of his allies, and in doing so, he used Cell Junior's escaping that he can be used to destroy. There we go, getting my used order back in order. So I turned off John's endurance. That's probably why I left it out. So you remember Cell Junior escaping? It can be banished instead of destroyed, and when it does that, it destroys the top card of my life deck. So I throw Nails AT plus 2. Yep, you hit him for 2 life cards on a stage. Well, oh, he's probably still above me even that way. Okay, so I hit him a little bit.
I don't like any other games.
You should play 40K.
Oh, one of the guys was walking by. It was real late, and they're already done with their games over there, and he was just asking about us playing Warhammer. It's like, I gotta tell you guys, rules that I can't see, if I can't read cards to tell what the heck's going on, it's not my game.
There's too much stuff where I have to just take your word for it. And I can't.
And, that was my main complaint is I don't want to know everybody's armies and abilities. Basically if I,
in order to play, you're required to have a
I have to
core
just
rulebook
take your word for
and
it. It's like if every single player brought their own rule book of how they play the game to Dragon Ball, that would be an interesting game. Like, I need to know your rule book as well as ours.
But you know what his cards do without him having to tell you what his cards do.
I don't have to reference a rule book. I can read them on the card. That's what I mean about there's
The
nothing
problem
in
is
play.
there's so many gray areas in the rules.
That's what they're changing.
Really?
Oh, heck, I'm about to get wrecked. He is going to blue slash. You remember this one? 1 life card physical, and I have no anger. I destroy the top 6 life cards because I had no anger because this deck doesn't level. Destroyed means no endurance, so I just ate it in a big way.
No anger. So
Ow.
6 minus 0, so 6.
Ow.
So much hatred. I'll throw this at you. Lower your anger 1 level. Have any. Okay. Hit you for 3 life cards in the stage.
So 2 life on a stage.
And that is considered successful, so I do get to go ahead and yank out a drill. John takes his damage. I got to resolve my effect. Yeah, you guys will hear me complain and moan about other games and things like that. I hate to say it, it's me being such an old timer. Alright, I put out Distracting Drill from the effect of the Mastery, the instant upon the attack being successful.
He does, yeah. Well, shoot.
We just realized that that Cell Junior was affecting the damage that John was taking, and we did not take it into account. My apologies. I know you guys were way ahead of us and caught that way sooner. Hate to say it, we're playing this pretty late in the evening, and both of us are pretty worn out.
I can't.
Ooh, and there it is, 5 life cards. Oh, and there goes one of my nails dashing attacks at me.
You sack garbage.
Ow, took me a mean hit. Hope I have some kind of plan here.
There's gonna be. I guess I'll shoot you with orange meditation. It doesn't matter a whole heck of a lot. It's 6 life cards, 4 or 5 life cards in the stage.
Wow. So I hit it with meditation. You remember meditation can be used as a...
Wow, not Cell Junior.
I could have tried critting away his ally, but of course the Mastery keeps him in play. Much like the Namekian Knowledge keeps that last Dragon Ball in play. So combat ends.
I took all the damage today.
Okay, here we go. John's going to go ahead and begin his turn. He draws 3 cards.
This was terrible.
Oh, there it is. Villainous Visage entered the game. And remember, no power-up step for the good old Cell Juniors. They do have zeros. They have goose eggs for their power-up rating. And John here is going to go ahead and pass. I know it's a real tricky one. I'd like to have a late-game blue slash. Blue round throw's awesome, but yeah, it's no blue slash.
And that's what he said.
Down a bit.
What was it? It's a who you calling boy mode.
And that's the end of that one. And I believe John did rejuvenate his banished Cell Junior at the end of that combat, which is pretty sweet. Okay, so I begin my turn, taking a look at my discard pile. I must have a drill rejuvenation scheme going on, just to guess.
This thing's gonna kill me. Because I'm gonna hit you so hard before the end of this.
Oh, apparently I drew a full hand of attacks, and of course Villainous Visage out there means I get to get pooped on. There's a lot of pain coming from what John's holding there.
Let's see how this goes. Hopefully I draw something decent. Not fucking terrible. Hopefully no dead cards this time. There might be a few ditties. I live in fear, terror, that when I'm going to try to kill you, you're going to kill me right back. Come on.
Oh. Oops, sorry, I'm gonna laugh so hard I should describe what's going on. Okay, he's got blue dominance, reading drill, mind reading drill? Mental drill? I can't remember, mental drill I want to say. And then what did I see right there? An ally and a single block. Yeah, he's basically wide open for one awful hit.
2 life cards in a stage.
So I got 2 life cards in a stage physical coming from Nails, level 1 power. Or 1 life card in a stage. Because the Cell Jr. is affecting damage. He's got a -1 life card. I want to say that Cell Jr. trapped. Okay, and he stops it and or takes the hit. Takes 1 life card.
What do you got?
Boy, he ain't kidding. He's gonna Cell Jr. He's gonna. Okay, it destroys the top card. He banishes Cell Jr. escaping. Oh, it shuffles back in his deck, so it does. It's 2 cards.
Orange Excavation, Rejuvenate, a Drill. I sadly didn't have the order of that.
Okay, Orange Excavation. I get to go ahead and rejuvenate a drill, and I get to draw the bottom card of my discard pile. John has to pass. He's out of actions and then some.
I'm passing. Are you going to make me hit you? I'm passing from now on. 9 power stage.
He's going to take a 9 power stage physical. It'll knock him exactly to 0, and his Cell Jr. has no power stages. But you guys realize what I've done here, right? I realize I've just primed him to hit me with the biggest shot of Villainous Visage that one can get hit with.
Yeah. I'm going to take one Cell Jr. No!
Okay, and John channeled it through Cell Jr., took the hit, chose not to use the Endurance on any of his cards. That is optional.
For John knows no gods.
Okay, and I activated the Mastery's hit on the successful.
19.
And I take 19 life cards in return. You remember the Cell Jr. trapped is going to boost the damage. Yeah, sure wish I'd saved that 1 card. My Excavation Drill. I would have certainly had 3 drills to rejuvenate. I took 19 destruction. Unbelievable.
Broken in half?
Yeah, nothing like getting cut in half mid-fight.
I'm passing again. Oh, fine. Take barrage. It'll be, let's see, 4, 5, 6, 7 life cards.
3 stages. And for whatever reason, I don't know if I remember to raise my anger with this or not. With Disaster Drill play. And John had a block. In his dead hand, he did, however, save 1 block. What? Oh my gosh, and apparently that was my trump card. Okay. Heck, I forgot. A lot of you are too young to remember what trump card means. Like a president trump. Okay, he's going to go ahead and pass. He's going to go ahead and rejuvenate his ally with the effect of the Mastery.
I had no stages on him, and he threw an attack for 9 stages. So I just took the 9 life cards, didn't even care about endurance.
And I took the meanest hit you could ever see. If you guys ever wonder what thematic sense Villainous Visage makes, it's that. It's where you avoid hitting them as if they're warding you off, as if you're avoiding hitting them, you know? Hitting your opponent, waiting for one gigantic explosion.
What was it? I think. That's what happened. I got hit by so much. It's off.
So John drew some neat stuff there. It looks like he's got a...
Stomped out like that in a while.
My apologies, I forget the name of this particular blue card.
I heard somebody say.
If I remember correctly, that's the one that lets you put a setup from your hand in the
I feel like somebody said.
Okay, he's got blue dominance in the play.
You on the wrong side of town, Holmes. And then what?
Oh, just talking about how much damage I took. You know what? I hate to say it. I think I really did just miss a opportunity to go. He's been broken in half. Stop the dang match. But we'll save that for another day. Okay, so John actually has multiple when entering combat effects. I thought I could maybe seize the opportunity, beat him down really bad, and even the game up. But seeing what's about to happen, no, I don't think that's going to happen.
He threw a Cell Junior in front. I obliterated that Cell Junior.
Okay, he's going to go ahead and blue dominance up.
Blasted me in the face.
Okay, he's going to hit level 2.
You can search main zone, right?
Yeah.
Cell Junior enters play. Remember, this one can be brought back from any zone. Our match is comparatively close, but it's just given the circumstances and given that I probably can't beat him down to his life deck in time before he blows me up. That's where you're like, it's a race against time, but I won't be able to do it.
It was bad time.
So John pulled back his ally, and now he's remembering the other part of blue dominance. He needs to pull 2 drills back out. And he ought to have 2. I know he has mental drill. A reading drill? Mental drill? Oh, let's see if I can think of it. And waiting drill. That's it. I remember this is it's a pretty rough one. Ooh.
That's pretty good stuff.
So, depending on what John draws, I should be able to do some pretty good work on his face.
Come on, no whammies. Oh, he drew a bad hand and I couldn't kill him.
He drew 2 blocks. Is it 2 blocks? And what, 2 dead cards? Because one's energy block and I'll throw energies.
I'll go ahead and throw a bleach bash or rejuvenated drill right away.
Yeah, so this must be why our game was pulled out a little, or elongated just a little bit. I end up rejuvenating Intimidating Drill, rejuvenating it. So AT plus 4, 5, 6, 7. I should have 1 anger from having thrown that 1 card during the last combat. I didn't record it. My guess is it'll get knocked out of me before this is done, so it won't even matter. But let's just keep that between us. I have 1 anger. I have 2 anger, actually. Okay, so I recorded 1, just C1, count 2. Oh wait, no, I wouldn't have the anger. I forgot I pulled that drill out with the effect of the mastery, and that didn't affect that initial attack. Okay, and he is stronger than me when he uses blue crouch, so no, it does not return to the top of his deck. He does stop the attack, and it goes over to John. John, like I said, has mental drill going, waiting drill, where that's one that boosts up damage when they leave play. It's pretty rough stuff.
When we're done, we're going to sit around and brainstorm.
Waiting to see what John wants to do. He's got a few different moves at his disposal, see what he wants to do ultimately.
How I fix bad movies. That's going to be fun. You talk about, like, Batman vs. Superman. And the first thing I say, you don't. What do you mean you don't? You don't make it. That's how you fix it. You don't start.
Well, a little joke there. A side project is just talking about fixing bad movies. And we just talk about Batman vs. Superman as being a movie. Don't bother. It's like putting a Hemi engine on a Pinto. Okay, so he uses level 2 cell power, banishes cell escaping, and I take a mean amount of damage destroyed from the top of my life deck. So he knew what to do.
I will throw a leaping punch upon you, sir.
Isn't that increased by 1 though?
Oh, did somebody boost it up by 1? Oh, who was it? No. Did somebody boost up deck destruction?
Yeah, this one. While you control 1 ally.
Oh, yeah.
Ow.
These motherfathers are doing. Your lips didn't match. That's all.
For how much?
It would be 4, 8, 12, 11.
Your lips didn't match.
Lips didn't match.
One was green and one was bright fluorescent orange.
That's what I saw.
1 power stage, or it's taking 1 life card and knocked him, however, to 0. But as you guys are looking at that hand, you probably noticed I don't have very little in the way of a life deck left. And I have very little in the way of attacks left. So basically, that little that 1 physical in my hand, physical block, excuse me, messed me up. If I had 1 more attack, I might have been able to wield enough damage.
Not this combat. Because there's nothing broken or vanished. I haven't destroyed anything. You haven't vanished anything. So I'm going to get to.
It's successful. I'm leaving Leaping Punch out just because I need to remember its effect is in place, so if something gets destroyed, which is, I guess, would be unlikely. I wouldn't see John doing that.
Oh, I rejuvenated one. You know what I did? I rejuvenated one with Enrage Bash. That's what I did. It's the first thing I did.
Considering most of my deck is in the discard pile. For those of you keeping score, we're super close to the end of this. Okay, he's going to go ahead and use the Cell named card. He's going to go ahead and destroy the top 3 life cards. And it's pretty mean, pretty mean. Ouch. And I'm nearly dead. Raises my anger to 3, 4 possibly. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 power stages. And it is too little, too late to actually win this. So you guys notice I'm looking at it and saying, oh, okay. He got no endurance. See, look at that deck, you guys. I could have done it if I had had one more attack in my hand. I don't think I've thrown Nails actual physical during this combat.
Nails physical? It would be, what do you got power stages? 0. I'm at 22,000.
So I'm in C, base is 3, be 5 life cards, and 2 power stages. Wow, that's weak. 5 life cards, 2 power stages.
5 power stages and 2 power stages. 5 life cards, 2 power stages. 1, 2.
And Blue Arrest with this monster endurance jumps out and helps out. Ah! So you see, if that last one in my hand had been a doggone physical, I could have nearly did this. It could have come together, you guys. Okay, we pass, combat ends, and goes back over to John. He gets the next action. It's very unlikely I would survive the next action.
Is it meant to dream?
Places Cell Jr. trapped again. Oh, just reminding him to rejuvenate Cell Jr. escaping. It should be back in there.
To me, I always wanted to build an ally deck where I spit Dodorias at them and Velos, and anytime they banish themselves, just...
Oh boy, here we go. John's deciding how he wants to finally kill me.
Our rocket launchers with Dodorias around here.
Oh, it's a silly idea. Basically, you have a blue tag team deck where you basically use Dodoria as one of the main ways to keep Dragon Balls captured. It's all silly.
I could do nothing. Oops, I forgot.
I have good stuff, really super familiar looking hand, not a bad hand at all. Given better circumstances, I should be able to cream him right here and just annihilate him with my own 2 fists.
You would have had to destroy 2 cards.
Well, this one goes, and this one goes, and I would keep it. This one you have to go. It doesn't change the game too much. But it does mean
Oh, whoops. Oh, apparently I was supposed to have destroyed additional cards. Some cards were supposed to have already been gone. It changes 2 of the ones that I got. So I have a slightly crummier hand. And I did, however, declare combat because I have 1 life card left, and here we go. So I stood up, purple blood gushing from my face, and I said, you know where I live. And the coup de grace is almost upon us. I think he even kills me with that Cell Jr. Cell style.
Here you go. Starting to hate John over here. Starting to hate him really. Here you go. Thinking about it. He's got a lot of things.
I have the giant bicycle kick, which can, and he stops it with hand blast or right blast, and I'm dead. Son of a gun, he activates it. So here's the thing, you guys. For the awesome damage output I can do, I can still be undone by a deck destruction with enough defensive capability.